S Promotional Specialties offers a complete line of customized advertising and promotional specialties imprinted or embroidered with your name and message. Also offering environmentally friendly green items featuring organic, natural, biodegradable, and recycled materials.
Hi, and welcome to Three Loud Women. I'm Allison Thompson, also known as Therapy Head. I'm a psychotherapist who believes that therapy can be fun, and I'm here to bring my 20 years of experience to the table.
Hi, I'm Stephanie Goldberg-Glazer. I am the Florida Keys girl. I'm obsessed with all things food, wine, and travel, and I bring these passions to Three Loud Women.
And I am Tiana McDonald, the InStyle Diva, and I'm here to be loud and proud about style, motherhood, and business.
Okay, what are we talking about today?
Today's topic is brain health. We have a brain. It apparently comes apart. I can break the brain. Allison, why don't you start us off?
Yeah, don't break the brain. I'm very excited about my brain. We are going to be talking about brain health today, and I will tell you, it's the cerebellum. And I was really excited. I have to share that before, I talk about the article that I ripped out of a magazine. Yes, I am one of those in the doctor's office that rips articles out.
Okay.
I ordered a brain for today's episode because I talk a lot about the amygdala in my practice, and the amygdala is this small almond-shaped part of the brain that is in control of our impulses, and so that's a big part of my practice. But guess what? I undid my brain, and I took it all apart and all of that good stuff, and I can't find the amygdala in here.
So this is an anatomically incorrect brain?
Well, I think that it's from Amazon and not from a medical clinic. So you know what I'm saying? So
it's not a real brain.
I guess you get what you pay for. But nonetheless, I'd like to welcome the brain to Three Loud Women.
Welcome, brain. Every time I think of the brain, I think of that Adam Sandler
I'm just
movie.
see, it's coming up. I'm just gonna keep trying to play with this thing.
Okay,
while you talk about it. Do you mind if I pull it apart?
No, you could disassemble it. So I was at the podiatrist, and I'm sorry, Dr. Block and Dr. Jacobs, but I did rip something out of your magazine. I was reading an AARP magazine while I was waiting for the doc, and I found this amazing article on brain health. And there's a few things in here that I wanted to talk with you about. Focus. That's the brain stem. Focus. There's 4 pieces that I really wanted to share with you, and then that we would talk about. To prevent getting dementia, which is memory loss in the future, there were a few things in here that I found fascinating. One is the higher exercise levels can reduce dementia risk by 30 to 40% compared with low activity levels. That's really significant.
What does that mean? How much exercise do you need?
Well,
is walking my dog enough?
Just higher. If you do only one thing to keep your brain young is just to exercise.
Right, but how much?
The second piece is, they say, look, 5 days a week, a minimum to, of 30 minutes to an hour.
But is that high intensity? Or
no, it just.
Can I just walk the dog?
I think that it just means to keep
active.
Yourself moving, to stay active.
As long as your heart is pumping.
Right.
Cardiovascular.
She's disassembling my brain.
We now have a
and
lot
so
of parts
I will
to the
say
brain.
that, the amygdala is somewhere around in here. And in here, but that's a topic for another day.
Anyway, okay, so exercise.
The exercise, but just to keep moving.
Stave off dementia.
The second piece that I found really interesting is that in a year-long weight training program at the University of British Columbia at Vancouver, 13% better on tests. Women did 13% better on tests of cognitive functioning than a group of women who did balance and toning exercises. So the weight training, in fact, was better for your brain than the yoga and the toning.
And I hate weights.
Okay,
I never do them.
But apparently,
I'd rather take a bag of rocks and and just run with them. That's
you could do
That's
that.
okay.
That's weight
Weight
training.
training.
But I don't want this kind of weight.
Grab your bag of rocks, honey.
I like lifting those giant weights that are that big.
See? Yeah, I don't
but they're
like
only
those.
10 pounds.
Yeah,
because I look like a badass.
Like you're squatting.
Giant, but it's only 10 pounds.
Well, guess what, ladies? If you do those things, it's not only good for your arms and your legs and your abs and all these things, it's really good for your brain.
Good to know.
Okay? The third
But you don't
thing.
think about that when you don't think about it being good
your
for your
body,
brain. You
right.
think about how many pounds are coming off my ass.
And how am I gonna look? Yeah.
Yes. So now when you're
If you
doing
look better,
that,
you feel better, right?
absolutely.
Okay.
But guess what? When you're older and you do those things, you're actually going to be able to remember things because you're
Lack
lifting
of
weights.
dementia.
So
Okay.
it's serving a different purpose. The
What else you
third
got?
thing that I loved is seeking out new skills. So it's saying, hey, look, if you haven't done crossword puzzles, or if you haven't done any kind of memory games, Sudoku, it
yeah.
actually cites that in
that's
here.
a really good one I heard.
Crossword
Sudoku.
puzzles are really good for your brain.
Yeah.
According to the chair of neurosurgery at Cedars-Sinai Medical Center in LA, when you challenge the brain, you increase the number of brain cells and the number of connections between those cells.
Absolutely.
So just, the more, don't be afraid, don't shy away from things as you age.
Stimulate that
Keep
mind.
on stimulating your
Keep on
brain.
trucking.
So it's not just, it's not those crossword puzzles, it's weight training, staying active, and the last thing, which is my favorite.
Sex?
No, well, sex is good for everything. Okay, that's a whole other episode, but we can talk about that. But the last thing that I do want to talk about is that a rich social life may protect against dementia by providing emotional and mental stimulation, and that's from the director of the Institute of Aging Research Center. So friends are really, really important. So,
Well, it's good that
friends. So I wanted to tell you this is how to age-proof your brain. And this is from an article from AARP. She took apart my brain, but that's what I've got.
Parts. So
I
what we
love
learned
it.
here is that not only does the brain have a lot of parts, that you probably shouldn't try to do this with your brain.
Don't do this at home. Don't.
Don't attempt this at home.
That's our warning,
I know.
right? Don't do this at home.
Yeah.
But you should exercise at home and
Yes.
get together with your friends.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you so much for tuning in. Don't forget to like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, and subscribe to our fabulous YouTube page.
So how are we going to put this back together?